Okay, so with black we're going e4, e5. Bishop c4, let's play knight f6. Okay, knight f3, let's go. Could take, or we could go here, kind of transposing back into normal lines. Yeah, let's just go knight c6, let's just keep it normal. Now we have the fried liver with knight g5, there we'll play d5, white just goes for d3, typical Italian game. Let's go bishop c5. Hey, oh, for stretch. How's it going? Okay, h3 will play d6. Knight c3. Okay, I'm gonna follow suit here. I'm just gonna play h6, stop bishop g5. Knight a4. Okay, interesting move, going after the bishop. Definitely makes sense. I'm just gonna pull this one back. You can't play like this for white. You can like kind of take the two bishops and try to use it, but I think the thing is that black can always just trade off the bishop pair with like queen e7 and bishop e6. In fact, I think I'm just gonna play queen e7 here. And so you don't really get to keep the bishops forever, and black's knights are just really solid here. Are these speedruns useful for everybody or mostly for people who play those openings? Well, I don't know. I'm hoping they're useful for everyone, but in particular, people who play these lines. I would imagine they're going to be pretty useful. All right, let's go bishop e6. Personally, I always liked watching games of the openings that I play. I just felt like that was the most instructive. Like watching a really strong player just play like an opening that you play, like I think you can just pick up a lot. So that's kind of the idea of these speedruns. Okay, bishop a2. Well, let's take this one. So we put the rook on a bad square, and white will owe us this tempo. I think I'm just gonna castle. Just keep it solid. And at some point we might think about playing d5. I'm just getting this kind of like central counterplay. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Especially while white's rook is kind of offsides. It seems that no strong players play what I usually play. Ooh, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. You could try d4, but then I would probably play e4 and take some space. Alright, rook e1 makes sense, putting some pressure on e5, so I think a simple move here would be just rook e8. So let's do that. And then at some point we'll probably just bring this rook to the center, maybe improve the queen. And if we get a lot of time, we might even consider like advancing the f pawn if white kind of sits and doesn't do much. Alright, rook a1. I think that's a good move. White probably had to do this sooner rather than later. I have played the perk a bit before. But I haven't played the Dutch much, no. Right, also there's like many different ways of playing the perk, and like Black Lion, Philidor. This is like, yeah, just one kind of structure, but the perk can be like, yeah, usually with the fianchetto, like G6, Bishop, G7. It's all good. So I don't know, I mean, it's like a really solid position here. I think I'm just gonna play the simple move and kind of see what happens. Queen E4. Yeah, I'm tempted to like kick the queen, right? Knight F6 or Queen E6 and F5, but the queen is just going to H4, so it's unclear how useful this is here. Well, actually, queen on H4 doesn't seem to be so well played. So let's do it. Yeah, on Queen H4, I think we'll just go F5, and White doesn't really have a lot of ideas. There's no sacks or anything, and we're just kind of slowly building up. Yeah, I think F5 is okay as long as you can kind of keep everything defended. Okay, B4. That definitely feels like a weakening move. So yeah, let's push F5 and let's kick the queen. C4. Okay, well, let's stay active here. Let's play Queen G6. And on B5, we have Knight A5. Okay, I think, yeah, we gotta do this move, otherwise E5 pawn would hang. No, yeah, I do have to defend this one, but I'm also considering just launching E4. Yeah, let's play E4. Now that we have some space, I mean, we are better developed here, right, with connected rooks. Well, look, the rule for openings is like very simple. I mean, there's a lot of like different opinions out there, but like I think the basic rule of thumb is like you gotta have at least one GM who plays the opening as their main line. And if you can't find one GM that plays it like consistently, then yeah, you can't call it a good opening. So that's the rule. Okay, let's get out of this pin so we can move our knight. And then we'll think about either this one or advancing this one. Yeah, 10-0 was changed to rapid. Okay, c4. First instinct is taking because we hit the rook. Rook takes, takes the knight, check, knight f1. And I mean, we might have some chances there, but it doesn't feel super clear to me. Although we are like pretty active. We can also just play like knight c3 with tempo and then go like rook takes d3 and just win a pawn like this, which seems easier. And then I'm expecting queen to c2, and then we'll probably take on d3. Actually, on queen c2, if we take here with the pawn, then they take, and don't really see anything there. Yes, I think we're just taking the rook. Okay, just kind of greedy, but you know, pawn munching is good when you're trying to win. Then I want to take this guy next and get my knight back into the game. Then maybe double up rooks, go knight e5. This one is also hanging. So yeah, should be good. Rook e3. We give this check, knight f1. Okay, so let's just stay. Let's just keep everything steady. Just back up the other rook. Bishop b2. Okay, well let's go knight d1, rook takes d3. Not so clear. All right, let's go rook d1 check, and then on takes, we're going to take with the knight. It's actually kind of a weird position. This is the only way I could find to actually like keep the material in a comfortable manner. Well, if knight c4, then rook takes d3. Wasn't sure about that, because the knight on c3 is going to be hanging. Yeah, ed3, queen takes c3. And then if d2, rook d1. Okay, but here we got the fork, and I'm getting out with my knight, and if I take on b2 and they gotta go queen takes b2, then we're gonna have knight takes c4. Oh, I didn't see this move though. Oh, that's not good. Oh man. Oh man, we missed this one. Alright, I guess we gotta take. Yeah, I guess we gotta play for the clock on this one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to hold it. Okay, just gonna try to keep the fortress here. Oh wait. Shoot. Okay, we'll try to keep this fortress. Yeah, guys, this is gonna be painful. Painful loss. He wants a rematch. Wait, why was that dirty? Why are you guys saying that was dirty? E3. Okay, so this is losing some time in the opening, yeah, so we feel pretty good about this one. We're just gonna develop our pieces here. Queen h4? I don't know about queen h4. I just want to play simple chess. I'm not trying to blow my opponents out of the opening. I just want to develop my pieces, fight for the center, and just show the importance of development. Castles, let's play rook e8. Bishop d2, kind of a strange one. So I think we're just going to keep developing here. Already, actually, I would even think about e4, just advancing this one. But let's just keep developing. Let's go bishop f5. Knight c3. All right, we can either take this one or back up. See, if we take, we give white's bishop this kind of nice square on c3. So actually, I think I'm just gonna drop back and say no thanks. And you can figure out what to do with the bishop on d2 yourself. Not that my knight on b6 is any good, but you know, can't have everything. All right, let's play queen d7. Now we're gonna hint at some bishop takes h3 sacks, which probably don't work in the immediate position just because I don't think we have enough development here. Knight f4 also possible, yeah, for sure. King h1, whoa. That is just a stone cold invite to take on h3. That is like an invite wrapped in like a gift basket that they bring to your door with a note that's like, please come to my event. Jeez, this is really hard to decline. I mean, we get the check, we get the second check if we want. Then we can take on f2. But it doesn't quite feel like... I mean, it's probably enough, but I would want like a rook in. The problem is we can't get the rook in with rook e6 because of the bishop. So I think I'm just going to bring in this piece first. Okay, knight g1. So now he went from inviting bishop takes h3 to being kind of super afraid of it. But this is really passive. You can't really do this and expect to win. Maybe he wants to go f4, I guess. Some kind of active option. But yeah, I think we'll just play e4 in response there. Or maybe even bishop takes g1, followed by some sack. Yeah, let's just activate with knight d4. You know, we also even have this kind of idea, like f4, knight takes c2, takes, bishop takes d3. And the idea is we're taking on f1 and the bishop on d2 would be hanging. Does that work here? Can we take? No, bishop on c5 will be hanging. Okay. But we could take this one, and then if knight takes, take on h3. That I think is gonna work. So it takes, probably taking with the queen, but then we blast white with e4. So yeah, I think we take this one. I think we're just breaking through in the center. You know, guys, there's not that many speedruns happening. Trust me. it's like very few going on at a given time. So I assure you, most of the players you play are indeed the rating that they're supposed to be at. Yeah, I mean, there's like tens of thousands of games going on at a time. So the odds that you run into one are small. Now my opponent disconnected. This is very strange, because normally my opponents have only been disconnecting when they're like down a piece or something. Very, very strange phenomenon where they lose a piece and then they disconnect. All right, I guess we won by abandonment. Well, we had a good position, or maybe it was a genuine disconnection. Who knows? But GG. What do I think on the big Polgar book? I like it. I mean, I think it's a great book. It has so many puzzles in it, and like combinations and games and end games. Like, it has a lot of, just a ton of material. It's not like the easiest book to go through, I would say. So I don't like recommending it because I feel like it's just kind of big and heavy. But as far as like how much content you're getting in one book, I mean, it's a very good book. I would say the material in it is quite good and fundamental. It's just packaged in a very bulky format, so I feel like it's not the most comfortable read for people. But if you don't mind, then I think it has some fantastic problems, and I mean, it's just like perfectly reasonable to work with that for your, like, your tactical development. Yeah, Scotch Gambit, we talked about this one yesterday. Well, against this, I'm gonna play bishop c5. It's just kind of one of the normal moves, and then just develop with knight f6 and c3. So c3, okay, we'll go knight f6. This kind of transposes to the Greco gambit that I think is quite fine for black if black knows what they're doing. Okay, bishop d2. Let's take on e4. This is kind of a theoretical line. Hey, thanks for the bits, Adnan. No, I have a roommate, but I appreciate the compliment. It's really just the lights that make it look nice. Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty well-known line where we want a pawn on e4, white wins it back with bishop takes f7 and queen b3 check. But black is quite comfortable after d5 because we get a nice control over the center. Okay, queen takes b4. They also have an option to throw a knight e5 check, and there are some subtleties that I don't quite remember. But on this one, I think black just wants to castle by hand. And it looks a little funky, but yeah, black is actually just totally fine here. And white will probably castle here or develop the knight, and we'll just try to get everything going actively, maybe even a5 or k6 at some point. Adnain, thanks for the bits. Have I ever played Nakamura? That's a good question. I don't think so. I'm trying to think if I never played him over the board. I'm trying to think if I've ever played him online. I don't think I have. Okay, knight d2. We can either trade this one or drop back knight d6, or just move like king g8 and just kind of ignore it. King g8 is not so dumb because then take knight e5. We can try to get some initiative there, like a5 or something, or e3. Actually, e3 would be a very annoying move there. Yeah, king g8 takes. Knight e5, e3. Oh, but there's queen b3 check we have to watch out for. So I'd probably want to develop there, like bishop e6 and white castles and d5. Kind of a normal position. You can also take on d2 and then go king g8. Seems to be fine as well. Yeah, let's just go simple move king g8. And if white wants to take, then this pawn can be a little bit bothersome. Jesse has played against Nakamura, yeah, a couple of times. Okay, white castles. Okay, now we might have some active ideas. I think I'm going to try knight takes d2. And so my idea is that if queen takes d2, I want to go rook takes f3, gf, bishop h3, rook e1, and queen f6. And I'm threatening queen g6 check, which is mate in 2, and also queen takes f3, which is very annoying. I'm trying to see, I don't see how white really defends against both threats. There's like rook e5, queen takes f3, queen g5. Yeah, it's not super clear. Hey guys, thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Thanks, John. Have I ever played Levy? I have, actually. I played Levy once in a classical tournament in Canada about I think 1.5 years ago, over the summer. Yeah, Levy's great. No, actually, I worked with Levy at the World Youth last year. We were coaches together for the US youth team, and that was a lot of fun. So we were in China, and we got to hang out for like 2 weeks. We were basically quarantined. There was no pandemic back then, but we were basically quarantined together in this hotel because you weren't allowed to really go a lot of places. So we played a lot of ping pong. It's fun. Just thinking about this one sack, and I'm not quite sure if it's working, but I think I'm gonna go for it because on rook e5 I realized I can go h6, and that's kind of an annoying move. Okay, let's take. Probably none of this is gonna happen anyway. John, you can still find the video on demand on this channel. This is on Twitch. It was on Twitch, so you should be able to find it in our previous broadcasts. Okay, queen takes d2. Yeah, let's go for the exchange sack because I think this is often a fun idea. gf3. Let's go here. And yeah, so our idea, okay, if we win back the exchange, then we're happy. We got the exchange back and white's structure is just kind of wrecked, and we can play against that advantage all day. And if white saves the rook, then our idea was to play queen f6. And I kind of calculated that it's very difficult for white to deal with this threat. Because if king h1, then we'll go queen takes f3. No, I live in California. Yeah, I'm not up in New York. Okay, queen f4. So yeah, just giving back the exchange, I think that's totally fair. But now we're happy because we have a pretty healthy structure. So So after white takes back, I think next move is going to be queen d7 and just getting ready to bring the rook in. Maybe feinting at some checks. The weather is great. California just has the best weather in general. Okay, I don't want to trade and double or undouble white's pawns. So let's go check and go grabbing a pawn, but then we let white's queen in. That's annoying. Let's just play solid. And we're just going to try to get everything in. Yeah, I was thinking about queen b5, but I don't know. We get a little bit offsides. Rook e1, rook e7 comes, and we got to be careful. Okay, we also got to watch our time here, so let's try to focus. Let's go here. Yeah, casual player, if you're around 1600, absolutely. You can send a challenge. Okay, so now we're just hitting this one. 10 plus 0. We're playing 10-0. I think my next kind of move is going to be c6. King g2. All right, let's play c6. If white wants to trade queens here, by all means, they can. We'll take, rook takes, and we'll just make sure we don't run into like rook e7. Maybe we'll go h6, rook e7, rook f7. Then if rook e8, we'll go king h7 and get out. How to prevent the knight on f6 being captured by white pawn on e? Well, you got to just move it out of the way. If it's on e5 and they moved it there, then you got to find a square for the knight and move it away. But probably it means you gotta do something about the pawn being on e5. So if white play e4, maybe you go e5 yourself. Can I level up your account up to 2000? Why would you want that? That everyone you play is gonna be like much higher than you, and that's not gonna be fun. Alright, let's just keep it real solid. I'm just gonna make some lift. This move probably gonna be useful. And one day these weaknesses are gonna tell. King h7. Maybe I'll try to like bring my rook in. White is playing well. He's pushing. Okay, check. Let's go for the endgame. And now we'll bring our king back. And we're just gonna try to use our better structure. So the rook endgame I like, the king and pawn endgame I think is gonna be quite all right for us. I'm not sure about this one because white's king gets really active. But let's try to get the rook in. Yeah, well, there's three of us on ChessDojo, but I mean, the idea was that if the three of us were all on our different channels, then we would kind of be like, you know, splitting our students or our audience like three different ways. Whereas we felt like if we all just combine forces, then we can just kind of unite under one dojo banner. It actually makes a lot of sense because me, David, and Jesse, we all have kind of like similar beliefs when it comes to chess improvement. I mean, we'll disagree on a lot of stuff, but when it comes to the important stuff, I think we generally agree with each other. So let's see, what are we gonna do here? We can take, but I have no idea what's going on in this endgame. I do think it's winning though, so let's try it. I have no idea what's going on, but I think it's winning. Let's go here. And let's advance. And the idea is that I'm gonna have a protected passer, so is white, but I'm gonna play g6 at some point and create this h-pawn passer, and I think that's going to win us the game. So let's put the king on f5. Yeah, and then sorry, I can't just like play on your account and help you help you get to 2000. You got to do that yourself. That's kind of the whole point. Yeah, I do think it's winning. Yeah, because I think black is just getting 2 pass pawns, and then we're gonna get a 3rd pass pawn with the h file. Whereas white only has 2, they can't do anything. I guess so. It's the first time I've been offered. Thank you for following, by the way, Aflac on Quack, and there were a couple others that I missed. Really do appreciate it. We try to do educational streams. You know, there's a lot of like fun chess streams out there. You can watch them if you like having fun, or you know, whatever. But yeah, there's not too many that are focused on chess improvement. Okay, let's play g6. And this is just kind of showing the win, I guess. Hey, thanks for following, Magic Jesus. Yeah, so if you want fun, this is not the place. There's no fun here. And so the point is that white's pawns, they don't make it, but our pawns are going to be super annoying, and the king cannot, like, split pawns are much worse for the king than pawns that are together. Okay, this one is not dangerous yet. Let's play h5. And on f5 check, we'll just go here. White's pawns are stuck, but our pawns are running. If king f4, probably would go c4, kind of the most distant pawn. I'm happy with this one. I figured this endgame out pretty quickly. I don't think I'll be playing much London on this speed run, because I think on this one we're focusing on d4, c4. All right, now we're gonna, well, we can push this one. And then on king d3, we'll just defend it. We can also just run this pawn down. My PC, everything together is probably like 1500. Like I bought it a while ago, and then let's just defend this guy. And then I had to upgrade it a couple times. Maybe a little more. Real justice. Thank you for the bits. If you have time, could you show why knight d7 in King's Indian is a popular move compared to knight d6? Well, honestly, I'll show you, but it just depends on the position. So yeah, we're just promoting our pawns here.